and 1492 are the numbers to call if you have comments or questions. We're going to hold the calls for a little while. This morning, as I said earlier, I have as my guest Mr. Thayer Spencer, and he is running for District 23 State Senate seat as a Republican. Good morning, Mr. Spencer. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Trying to stay dry out there.
Trying to stay dry,
Yeah.
huh? Well, that is not easily done. Well, although we're getting, we so far for this morning. How you been?
Been doing good. I had my mom have some health scares, but she's going to be taken care of, and my wife and I are slowly healing from all that. So, but overall, pretty good. Pretty good.
Well, the healthcare provider, it's just as hard on people who are taking care of people who are
caretaker.
a caretaker is rough.
Yeah.
I've been there,
It's great. It's really different than all the years I've been a nursing administrator.
Oh, okay.
And
I forgot that.
Families that in a nursing home, I'd say, hey, don't feel guilty from putting them in a nursing home. You've stressed yourself out so much, you got to worry about your health too.
Plus, they have 24-hour care. I took care of an old gentleman and for as long as I could.
Yes.
And finally, he got to where it was beyond my skill set. And so I was fortunate, and we were able to get him into a nursing home. But one thing I liked about it was I knew he was going to have 3 meals a day because I had to cook for him. He still got 3 meals a day, but I don't know how I feel about my cooking. Although he didn't complain, but he had 24-hour nursing care. And that was the thing that I thought was really important.
Thanks to Downtowner too. I take Mom to Downtowner.
Oh, do you? Oh, yeah. Oh, well.
She mingles a lot, but now she's getting to where she can't make really much conversation.
Yeah, how old is she about?
She's 89.
I hope she doesn't mind you telling her age,
No.
Well, I don't know. Women at all ages. I remember Miss Amelia Boynton. she was still conscious about her age at 104 years old.
Yeah,
she wasn't playing that.
Mom probably thinks she's 20.
Yeah. Well, I guess we don't really change, I don't guess, as we get older. So now let's back up. Why are you running? And how are you running? What party are you in?
I have been running and have my sights on mayor a few times, and I was approached by somebody from Viewpoint saying, "Hey, if you go ahead and maybe support who you want in the mayorship race, why don't you go ahead and take a breather, get ready for." I have nasal right now. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Run for state senator, and we know that you have a background in it and a passion. And I said, well, if I jumped from Democrat to Republican, and that was a problem at one time, and I got a hearing, and they said, well, you were on the Republican ticket in Georgia, and why did you jump Democrat? I said, well, I was asked by a lot of people that they didn't want that switch that happened with Hank Sanders and Malika.
Right.
All of a sudden. So Hank decided to come back and run. So I jumped in, didn't put any money in my campaign, didn't put any in my committee, and there was 4 of us. There was not even one sign-up now.
I didn't realize you ran.
Like 495 votes, but it was enough to make Hank have to have a runoff with Mr. Stewart. So that worked. So I came back, I had to explain to the hearing for the Republican steering committee that I was Republican, but I did that to help the District 23 to not have somebody that's been 40-something years already state senator. So they understood that, and they came in and made a decision probably 5 minutes. And so I was like, okay. Then they said, well, what are you going to focus on? And I said, well, of course, one will be the elder abuse laws, stricter elder abuse laws for seniors. And then my second one's always been historical building sites and the blight of them, and money's appropriate for those. As you know, around here we have a lot of blight on some of the historical properties we have here. And not only this, the last thing I had to tell him was, Robert Stewart's a good guy. He's a freshman. So I'm not running against somebody that's like Hank for 20 years. But I said, I looked at the last voter race, and it was really big, pretty tight. 47% was Republican out of the 8 counties. So I said, I'll take it from there, do some of my studies on the state Senate bills, go sit down and think about all the different laws they passed. And some people up north of us said, well, not to take it lightly, but we don't see our state senator as much as he at home in Dallas. And I was like, well, he's a good man. It's probably stretched, but I'll go ahead and try. And I feel comfortable doing it. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like
I appreciate you not, what I've been seeing that's happening on a national level, and this is what I try to get people to understand. You didn't just attack Senator Stewart. You didn't get personal and try and degrade them, and then or even from a partisan standpoint, you're running a clean campaign.
And I feel that reason why I was never in politics. Somebody asked me how come was in Louisiana.
Right.
It's bad.
Dog
they come
eat
after
dog.
Your family. Yeah, they come after your bullying. I mean, bad.
And they have a real bad reputation. They're almost as bad as New York for being corrupt.
Yes.
People don't want to hear that. They're corrupt.
Yeah. My dad one time had a friend running for a commission seat, and a policeman pulled him over and threw marijuana in the back of his car.
Whoa.
And said, "You're gonna still run."
Wow.
That's how bad.
Wow.
And so I learned politics from my dad because he took me to the voting precinct where you had a rod and curtain, and I could stay beside him, and then you flipped what you want, and you flipped it back.
Yeah.
And I watched him, and I remember him telling me, we all have certain things where we vote just the president, but he goes, there's all kinds of things that we community are getting involved. So he said, when you grow up, think about that community of involvement and all that, because your voice won't be heard unless you know.
Well, and you also said something important that people, I think, lose sight of, and that is a secret ballot.
Yeah.
The curtain was pulled. We have secret ballots because everybody can't handle when a person supports a political candidate other than their choice, which is very immature. There's a lot of political immaturity.
I lost a
lot of friends.
A lot of friends on my own run because they were going for Ian Roper or anything else. And I was in my community, in my block.
I got you.
And I know them all my life, but I didn't come up to them and say, "How come you're not voting for me?"
Well, and see, that's what I mean.
The point was, is like one of the gentlemen said, "Well, my special person thinks that you stepped on their toes." I said, "This is politics. I don't know if I can win friends, but I shouldn't lose them."
Well, they're not friends.
They're not friends.
No, they're not friends. They're right. They're not a friend is not going to abandon you over something
how
like
many
that.
people come up to me when Dixie was open and said, "Mr. Spencer, why are you running? You can't win." And you know what I tell them?
Well,
the lotto says you can't win if you don't play.
Hold on for a minute. Hold your point. We need to head down the street to Cornerstone with Joel Williamson. Good morning, Joel. How are you?
Good morning, Joel. Fine, thank you.
Good. She didn't hear you. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Some brand new features in it, new appliances, a great house that somebody needs to go ahead and purchase. We have 312 AG Avenue that has 4 bedrooms and 3 baths. Let me see. It has a big lot, nice concrete driveway, plenty of space there. It is priced right also. Be glad to have somebody show you that. We have there are several lots around town that are available. If you have never thought about buying the lot next to you that is vacant, if it's vacant, and you've never thought about doing it, you might want to extend your property. And the owner of that lot might never have thought about putting it on the market and going ahead and giving it a new owner. There's lots of things going on in town, and this is going to be a great weekend to show. So call your favorite realtor, or call the person on that sign, or call Cornerstone Realty and say, I'm pre-qualified. That's very, very important. The most important thing of all is your pre-qualification. And we can help you get pre-qualified. We have a list of lenders. If you don't like any of them, you can go to your particular financial institution and ask them what to do about it. So we're there to help you. Yesterday we had so many people in our office, I wasn't sure. People coming in to pay rent, people coming in to talk about houses. So things are happening in Selma, things are moving. So give us a call at Cornerstone Realty, 872-0441, or come by 519 Lauderdale Street. You can see the goodwill from our window or our front door. You can see the radio station just 2 doors down, and we would love to help you. So give us a call.
Well, thank you so much, Joel. It's always a pleasure talking with you. We'll talk again. We're only on for 30 minutes this morning, so we're gonna
real quick.
Hold on before you go.
Joel, I appreciate you. When I first came here, you held our hands through a lot of these purchases, and we looked and looked, and you were the one that really made us come here.
Woman, hold on.
Okay.
I think, I'm sorry, we had a technical difficulty. She may still be listening though.
So Cornerstone was there for Nancy and I. We looked at several houses, and the Henderson house came up playing. We were coming back and forth from Atlanta, and Jules' team was always there to meet us. Because we were coming from 2 or 3 hours, and we didn't know the town at all. And Joel introduced us to people, and I think if it wasn't for Joel, I don't think we would have stayed here.
Well, you certainly have fit in. Yeah. You're home now, huh?
Now I'm home. My mom's home, and my home, and my wife's home. So somebody said, "You're a foreigner from Louisiana." I said, "Hey, look, I grew up there. This is my senior moments here. I'm here from now."
Well, that's good. Yeah. So now, what counties are you running in? What counties for that district?
In alphabetical order, kind of. There's Butler, Conecuh, Clark, Dallas, Lowndes, Perry, Wilcox. Might have missed one here.
I think I've forgotten which one, but I think
Monroe.
Now, what about what kind of a Republican presence do you think you have?
That's a good question, because we looked at those numbers too. I think he lost by Nimmer, ran for Republican office against Stewart, lost around 4,000 or 5,000 votes, which we figured when you pick them up maybe in some other cities.
Well, turnout is going to be key also, I would think.
You say that, and that's my one thing too, is if I don't win at all, it's get out and vote, because Selma has been such a historical marker with all the years of ranks to vote. And now we are in the 2026.
We should have the highest percentage of voter turnout.
We have a low turnout. And it's not a matter of reaching our senior people, it's our youth, 18, and we got to come up with some kind of how to get them to vote. Win, lose, or draw, I think get out and vote is most important.
What are the issues you're zeroing in on in this race?
Well, like I said, the platforms, there was one big issue that's coming nationwide, and it was about how we are all kind of as youths on internet and Facebook, and having laws that give Facebook and other providers for social media, get them have strict policies, because a lot of their policies are so open that there's kids in California that, commit suicide because of all their classmates.
Yeah, I've been watching that. These algorithms
Yeah,
have
it's crazy. And
yeah.
you gotta have some parameters on the age group.
Hmm.
Elder law is another thing. That's another one. And I noticed some bills that Robert Stewart jumped on was so he went to U.S. court or Congress and talked about sewer and septic for Lowndes County.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know if he knows, but I was in that business. I owned a private sewer plant.
Oh, did you?
Most cities
Oh my
own them, but
gosh.
it got turned over to me. Believe it or not, it's the number one business, the number two business.
Wow. That's a nasty business though, isn't it?
But once you get to learn all of it, and it's a package play, I have about 500 homes on mine.
Mm.
It's up to the cities and the townships and the counties to provide through their tax collecting money
Mm.
to provide those services. The individuals that get off of sewer and septic, on
Mhm.
septic and
Mhm.
sewer. I understand it's important, but we are at 2026. Everybody should have free flowing sewer.
Mm. Well, well, it's taken far too
Septic
long
tanks, I
for
don't know
Lowndes
when
County.
septic tanks
It's
now.
far too long. They should have that should have been one of the first things that was done there. But that's another story.
But when
'cause
you
I-
asked me that question, sorry to interrupt you, I
Yeah.
forgot to mention in the article, I told them, since friends of mine and myself has always been in dementia, I have dedicated, it says in here, I dedicate my salary and collecting to the Alzheimer's Association. So I'm not taking a salary, I'm giving that salary to the Alzheimer's Association
Mm.
because I know how it will benefit families.
Mm.
I'm not doing that for political gain. My wife financially says what, but I think that's giving back. There's so many people, unlike myself, that are having to deal with this disease.
Mm.
So I made that commitment,
Mhm.
to give my salary to Alzheimer's Association.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Yeah, well, that's a serious disease, no doubt about that. Anything else that you need to let, it's okay, that you want to make sure, any points that you want to make sure while you got this time?
Yeah, we're kind of quick on today. I want it to be a clean race. I want everybody to know that. When it comes down to running for mayor, you don't have to pick a party, but unfortunately, we have to pick parties. We are U.S. citizens. So, Democrat, Republican, Independent, we need to know that state senator is there for all of you to help run and operate each one of the cities and towns in District 23. And like I said, I won't ever do that. If elected, I'll promise you this, and this. I'm more of a research guy. I come from healthcare administration. I understand the laws, I understand state bills and how important it is. And I just want to have an opportunity to represent not only Selma, but all of District 23. And I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Okay, well, it's good to have you come in. And people don't realize that, again, as you pointed out, the mayor's race in Selma is, I've forgotten the term that's used, but you don't run as a
Right.
political party.
Right.
It's a nonpartisan position,
Nonpartisan.
right?
And it makes it easier. In fact, here's the funny thing. Last time I ran, there was 10 people or 12 people. This time I ran, it was like 8 people.
Yeah, it's getting lower, huh?
And my wife said, wow, Republican, Democrat, 1-on-1.
Yeah.
So when you have a state race, you're not having to divide it up.
Mm.
You're like, okay, now I got some votes. But, well, you got votes because I'm Republican, or I got votes for a Democrat, not for myself.
Right, I got you.
So.
Okay. All right, well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for coming in, and I'm going to run these commercials as I prepare to get out of here. And I'm sure and you'll be welcome to come back, and I'm sure that
Yes.
Senator Stewart will be in as well. But thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, all right, let's take this break, and I'll be back with more after these messages.
Turn my phone off down. Don't know what happened. I'm kind of naughty, man.
Well,
Did Jewel get to hear that? I hope.
I'm sure she did. I'm sure she was listening. She listens pretty regular, I think.
Yeah, I think so. All right, buddy. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
You sound so nasally. I'm sorry.
Well, that's okay. It happens. Then maybe the next time you come in,
All right, keep warm.
Yes, sir. You
All right,
too.
thank you.
And dry.
All right.
Yeah. 1490 WHBB. And that's going to do it for me today. I'm having to leave early. I will see you Sunday morning for gospel up until 11 o'clock. And then, God willing, on Monday, 6 to 8 for the Great Awakening, 8:05 for Viewpoint. You have yourself a safe and enjoyable weekend. Looks like we're going to have pretty good weather from here on, actually. After today's, the clouds should change into sunny, partly sunny skies. And then tomorrow is clear ceiling all the way through. I will see you the next time. You have yourself a safe and enjoyable day. Stay tuned for the update from Fox, the Fox Business Report and the Fox News Network, followed by Chris Plant. Have a good weekend. Let me get on out of here. Yep. Yep. I'll try to. Yeah. It shouldn't be on. Sorry.